Tonight, following the death of renowned humanitarian and war hero Sir Edward Weary Dunlop. The eminent surgeon and historian died in a Melbourne hospital today. He'd recently recovered from a bout of pneumonia. Doctors believe he may have died from a stroke. Sir Edward's tireless work treating fellow prisoners of war on the Burma Railway during World War II made him a legend in his own lifetime. Tonight, tributes are pouring in from Australia and around the world. Sir Edward's to receive a state funeral with military honours in Melbourne on Monday week.
Shocked friends gathered behind closed doors at Sir Edward's Toorak home this morning after hearing of his death. 85-year-old Sir Edward collapsed there last night and was rushed to hospital. Doctors believe he may have had a stroke. He died around 3:30 a.m. Born in northern Victoria in 1907, Sir Edward went on to join the Australian Army, serving in London, Tobruk and Singapore. He was captured by the Japanese in Java in 1942 and sent to Thailand's disease-ridden prisoner of war camps.
A curtain of flies and blotting out the sun. It was a sickening business, really.
On the Burma Railway, in the face of almost unimaginable cruelty, Sir Edward treated sick and dying prisoners of war. His remarkable feats of surgery using improvised implements saved the lives of hundreds in their darkest moments.
I remember when I got back from World War II and operating in the open on bamboo tables and in all sorts of scruffy conditions, that when I heard some of my colleagues say that how tired they were and they were going away to the bush to get some rest, I said, just give me a quiet operating theatre with a nice start and I would be happy.
When he came back from the war, Sir Edward married and returned to medicine, but he continued to work with returned POWs and to build bridges between Australia and Asian countries. He was knighted in 1969 and named Australian of the Year in 1977.
He was a person who believed in service above self, and he certainly put a lot of himself into helping other people.
Flags flew at half-mast at Melbourne's Shrine of Remembrance today as the tributes poured in.
He symbolised, I think, everything that was good in the Australian way of life. He looked after his fellow man. He was a great Australian.
Former Labor MP and prisoner of war Tom Uren recalls how Weary was beaten by the Japanese as he tried to protect sick prisoners. Still, he says Weary could harbour no hate.
You think back and you remember the wonders of the man, the courage of the man, the inspirations of the man.
Sir Edward is survived by his 2 sons and 3 grandchildren. A state funeral with full military honours will be held on Monday week in Melbourne, farewelling one of Australia's most dedicated and compassionate healers.
The passing of a great Australian, and there'll be an ABC TV News special on the life of Weary Dunlop at noon tomorrow.